I've been able to throw epic tantrums since I was a young child, and I will cry. I can cry on command, and so I will go into a meeting with a cover designer, and I will bawl, and I will say, "Why do you have to hurt me like this?" So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but yeah, I do have some say, not a lot. I definitely don't have control. I don't choose the covers or anything. With the paperback paper towns, which is a big push pin instead of a girl's face. Look, I tried to write this novel that's about how no single image of a human being is correct or accurate, and then they wanted to put an image of a human being on the front of the cover, which really troubled me. And the only way we could get around it was to put two images, which is why there are two different covers for the hardcover. That wasn't possible to do for the paperback because it's expensive, and my publisher has a really hard time doing something because it's awesome. Like, they have a very difficult time processing the financial value of awesome, and so we have a lot of discussions about that. And in the end, something map-based was palatable to me, and the push pin was the way they wanted to do that, so that's okay. All right, I think one more. Oh, yeah, good. I'm glad you like it. It's done well. I think one more question, then I should probably start signing books. But then I'll say something. Okay, yeah, hi, yeah.
I was just kind of wondering where you got your ideas from, like, did they pop in your head one day?
That's a good question. I like that. That's a good question. Where do you get your ideas? Okay, two things. First, I think that ideas are overrated. Like, if you think about the greatest novels in American history, let's say The Great Gatsby. What is The Great Gatsby about? There's this dude, and he almost got this girl, and then he didn't, but he wants to still, so he tries. No spoilers. Let me spoil all great novels for you. It doesn't work out. Catcher in the Rye. What's the idea of The Catcher in the Rye? There's this dude, and he gets kicked out of boarding school, so he walks around New York for 2 days. That's a terrible idea for a book, you know? What's the idea of Hamlet? You know, there's this guy, and he can't decide whether to kill the guy who he thinks might have killed his father. That's pretty boring. I think the ideas aren't nearly as important as the little ideas that come out through writing. I think you write your way into those ideas. I think that waiting for the idea fairy to come and deliver an idea is kind of a fool's errand, unless you happen to be that person who's like, wizard school, you know? And you can hope that you're that 1 in 5 billion who has that wizard school idea, or you can kind of write your way into ideas. The second thing that I would say is that the ideas for my novels come from my life, and the fact that I'm always troubled by how the world is not as it should be, and I'm trying to reconcile myself to the world in which I live, which is not the world that should exist. And that tension, for me at least, creates ideas and necessitates ideas for stories, because it necessitates sort of ways of trying to work out the difference between the world in which I live and the world in which we all ought to live. And the fact that, you know, this isn't, at least observably, the most perfect place yet. I want to thank you guys. I really want to thank the University of Indianapolis and everyone who made this event possible. I'm so grateful to them. I'm also really grateful to you for coming out on a night when you know that it's likely that it's going to snow, a Monday no less, when you probably have things to do tomorrow. And I want to send you greetings from young Master Henry. And also just say that I feel extraordinarily fortunate to have you as readers and to have people who ask such interesting, thoughtful questions, and that we get to have these discussions not only inside of these books but also outside of them. So thanks very much. You're made of awesome.